Good afternoon. This is Victoria Nevens. Jay Chalk and Fred Hayes. Was there anybody at my property yesterday, Sunday, January the 9th at noon, to make sure the possession that I'm going to be taking was not only witnessed, but it was peaceful and cooperative? I certainly hope so. I was unable to attend the scene due to the fact that my witnesses were busy with unfortunate personal issues. So now we've rescheduled me taking over possession of my stolen property for tonight at 6 o'clock. I require either Fred Hayes or a member of the BC Ombudsperson to be present at the scene to make sure that I have possession of my property, or I'm going to have to file criminal charges for trespass against the persons inside my house who have been asked to leave repeatedly since the end of November 2021. The District of SAANICH owes my family a fiduciary duty. If you fail in your fiduciary duty, you are guilty of malfeasance in public office. So what I'm going to have to do, because I believe that you're not willing to reimburse and relieve all the costs I've incurred since I was rendered homeless and destitute on purpose, March the 19th, 2020, is I'm going to have to bring legal action against the mayor and the ombudsperson, Jay Chalk, and Lana Popham, and anybody else who was supposed to be taking care of vulnerable members of the district. So I'm going to have to file now $35,000 claims in BC Small Claims Court against the person Jay Chalk, against the person Fred Hayes, against the person Lana Popham, maybe even Randall Garrison. You all knew my house was being stolen. You all knew the $700,000 was being embezzled. You all knew because I kept saying something, and yet you chose to ignore me. That's criminal. That's discrimination. That's oppression. That's illegal. That's unlawful. That's immoral. There will be witnesses at my house. My house is located at 604 Palanthus Crescent, Victoria, BC. You all know this. I'm going to be handed the keys to my house tonight at 6 o'clock. I'm taking possession of my stolen property. No one's going to do what's right because no one understands what right is. I'm dealing with literally a level of incompetence and ignorance and hatred for me that I'm now finished dealing with. I'm going home. I'm going home. Have any of you actually called the police to report these indictable crimes committed against me by members of CIBC, members of the BC Judiciary, and members of the BC Bar? And if you haven't, why haven't you? What is the problem here? Right? Because monies are owed. Relief is due. Remedy is due. I know the law. I know it very well. I've had to learn the law because I'm constantly having my rights violated by ignorant, incompetent public servants who all believe you're above the law. You're not. You're not fucking above the law. You never have been and you never fucking will be. What you have done to me is absolutely fucking insane. Your silence is insane. I will not be brutalized by any member of the BC District of Saanich Police Department anymore. I've had enough. I'm setting up boundaries. You don't threaten me. You don't try to charge me with crimes I'm not guilty of. When I come to you and I tell you there's a problem, there's a fucking problem. And you need to deal with it according to the instructions I provide for you, because I can see that clearly the whole head is sick. The whole head is sick. So how is it that you don't understand what good, just, and right is? You fight for widows. You fight for the oppressed. You make sure anybody who's had anything stolen from them has what they've had stolen from them returned. And now we have to deal with the vandalism of my car. Why have I not seen the CCTV footage of the vandalism of my car, which is a hate crime, in a Crime Stopper commercial on television yet? You need to ask the public for information. I got a pretty good idea who vandalized my car. I'm an INFJ personality. We know what's going on, and we know why it's going on, and we know who hates us. I'm also going to be commandeering any type of vehicle I need from the District of Saanich to move my property out of storage back into my home when the trespassers remove their property from my house. Okay? Whatever I require will be provided to me with kindness, with compassion by those public servants posing as the District of Saanich. Now, perhaps what I need to inform you of is a check needs to be made out to myself. The note on the check will say gift, because this is not income. You're required to relieve me of all the monies that have been spent on storage locker fees and on housing that were not my responsibility. Right? Do we understand? I give direction. I'm the one who offers you the opportunity to do what's right, because I can see after years of abuse by you folks that you're not going to do what's right unless I force you to do what's right. I explained to you who I am. I've identified myself repeatedly. I'm not from this world, okay? That's why you all hate me, exactly like it's written. Do you understand anything? Your hatred for me is duly noted. Your discrimination and oppression of me is duly noted, but you will not continue to disrespect my spouse, Jack Daly, who gifted me that house years ago. I mean, the amount of monies that are due in relief to my family are in the literal billions of dollars. And isn't it funny that the government of British Columbia is hoarding billions of dollars? Isn't it funny that CIBC, the criminal organization, is making billions of dollars in profit every year? And yet they come and steal my house over money I don't even fucking owe them. This is fucking disgusting, and I fucking had it. So, J. Chalk, you or somebody from your BC Ombudsperson office, you, Fred Hayes, or somebody from the District of Saanich, better be a witness when I take the keys back to my house tonight at 6 o'clock. You have a fiduciary duty to my family who have been members of this district for 20 years. We paid our taxes every fucking year, and we paid them on time. And now you want to treat me like this? Your silence is an act of violence. I do not put up with violence against myself and my family. You have clear instructions. You're going to follow them. You're going to do what you're going to do, or I'm going to bring legal, devastating civil action against each and every one of you in your personal capacity. You're responsible for what you do or what you don't do in your personal capacity. Do you understand? Fuck, do you understand anything? I've fucking had it. I've put up with this shit and abuse for decades. I'm the nicest woman you're ever going to meet, but when I have fucking had enough, you better fucking believe that I've had enough. I've had enough of your fucking stupidity and your ignorance and your lack of respect and kindness and compassion for what I fucking endure as a fucking hated woman in this world. Everybody understand? Yeah, right, as if you fucking understand anything. It's sickening. Anyway, the directions you've been given are elementary. 1 + 1 = 2. That's what I've told you to do. I've told you to do what's right. Yeah? No? We don't understand that? Right. So you follow all the directions I give you, okay? I'm not into causing anybody any harm, right? So when I tell you to do something, it's not going to cause anybody harm, loss, or injury, because I'm not allowed to even act like that. I have to be blameless as a prosecutor for the king, which again I've explained to you repeatedly. You respect my identity. I've come out, right? Isn't that what you guys call it? Coming out, I'm coming out. Well, I've come out. I've identified myself because that's the truth about who I am. You don't think I know who I am at my age? And by the way, who are you? And by the way, what are you? Because I know exactly who you all are and what you all are. By the way you treat me.